Chunky Niblets.
Chunky Niblets coming to you live on the main stage.
Come on, one more. Anyone?
Place of business.
Impetuosity. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Impetuosity. I just wanted to send a special welcome out to friends, to the enemies, and possibly most importantly, frenemies. I'm now in my head that I've done this one, that I've talked about this before, but I'm going to go ahead anyway, because it's really important. It's a really important subject. So even if I've covered it before, I think that it's important to dive deep. Volume 2, yes. So, there's an old saying that keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Keep your frenemies closest of all. And here's an idea. Say you had some frenemies. What would be the best way to keep them so close? Could it possibly be to invite them to record a podcast with you?
Oh, no.
I mean, think about it. Especially, you might say, "Oh no, we're just gonna make up fun stories and have fun." But maybe we'll just start off with a question, a deep, delving question, where I learn all of the inner workings of their minds. So what we're finding out is that if this podcast should end at some point, it's because I've learned everything I have needed to learn to completely destroy these frenemies.
I'm getting scared.
Welcome to Impetuosity. My name is Christian Miller. I am the host of the podcast. What we do here is, as we said, we have a little conversation around a special question, and then we tell a fun little story that is improvised, made up on the spot, and the points don't matter.
And we also get to see the dark sides of the host's soul.
That's right. So now I've given away my entire purpose and secret here for inviting you. It is literally just to destroy you. But in my defense, you are frenemies. You're not just enemies. You are friend enemies. Actually, you're just friends.
He's played his entire hand.
And now
I gave
we
it
can
away.
reveal ours. You are a Lubity.
So in order to assist or to tell this little story and to have this conversation, we have some improviser pals with us from the to yet be named new improv team that is going to be making its debut shortly.
X2.
Or actually, by the time that this happens, we
know.
will have made our debut. We will not be able to hide our name anymore.
And I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I'm putting my money on spoiler alert.
All right. Well, you know what? This is actually a good opportunity to get something on the record.
Yeah.
So all right.
This is you are forecasting that will be the
Okay.
winner.
So we can return to this in the future and see if that is correct. Anyone else?
Frenemies.
Frenemies.
You're actually you forecasting that will be the winner is a spoiler alert. Like it's a spoiler.
Yes.
So we would have to have a spoiler alert ahead of that announcement.
Right. That's
See how useful this is?
Exactly.
So spoiler alert.
So joining me today are, as I said, some improviser pals. We're going to introduce them to you right now. And the first one that I'll introduce is Meg Peck. Hi, Meg.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You surprised me. You went out of order. You can't see it, but we're in a specific order.
That's
He
right.
used his head fake.
He did. He
Yep.
used his head
I used
fake.
all my basketball moves to give a prodigious head fake.
All one of them.
Well, it is not I do not have the jumping ability. And I never have.
No, I have no vertical either.
Famously, my I mean, maybe not. I guess not famously.
Famously.
but famously
Yes.
in my head.
Around the
where
world,
I
they
would-
speak of it.
I have recollections of playing basketball as a youth, and my dad saying, "Christian, jump higher! You can almost slide a piece of paper under your feet."
Oh,
Dad.
sick burn.
If anyone wonders why I am
Feel so
neurotic
bad
to this
about
day. Anyway, what do you think? Do you have a lot of frenemies? Are there people that you actually do consider? I mean, not in this room, of course.
Of course, not in this room,
But-
though I will learn all of your secrets tonight. No. Yes, I do have one person in my life right now that I would consider a frenemy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It's juicy.
Oh,
And
yes.
then
We're gonna have to take this off mic.
I know. There was a girl who I grew up with who, I mean, we started being friends in kindergarten. And I would say she was a frenemy because we were always sort of, I was always competing with her for like the same boys, the same parts, right? And sometimes she
In
would.
kindergarten.
Yes, well, I've always been a whore, and you know that. But once we got into high school, right, and so on, and then we went to the same college, so it was
Oh, wow.
it was neck and neck for a long
Wow.
time. I know. So that would be my friend. I'm not going to name them in
No,
case they
no,
were
no, no, no.
ever to
Did you leave them
wander
in the
across
dust? In the
this.
dust?
I mean,
Like,
I kind of
eventually?
left them in the dust. They sort
Okay.
of, and not to be mean or anything, but they sort of had a bit of a breakdown in college and had to switch schools. And at that point, I just searched.
Meg finally played her hand.
Yeah.
She used all that time to discover all of her secrets.
And I whittled her down.
And it's so nice that you don't share her name because I'm sure that
She'll never be able to figure it out from those context
Exactly.
clues. That's right. She had a special weird support animal. I'll add that little bit.
And that's why you became a therapist, to destroy her.
To destroy people. Yeah, because it worked
you took
so
what you
well.
learned from that process and we're like, oh, I could use this for good or evil.
Yeah, and I parlayed
And why not both?
I parlayed it into a tidy little business.
Goodable, which is kind of the equivalent of morality of frenemy.
What is?
It's good and evil.
Oh, good.
So
Goodable.
when I do goodable,
You were
I
using,
use so
I thought you were
much
using an
Goodable.
actual term. I was like,
Yeah,
I've never
Goodable.
heard of Goodable.
yeah,
I do goodable in the world every day.
yes,
Nice.
exactly.
Nice. All right. Well, welcome, Meg.
Thank
we
you.
will turn away from you and turn towards Mike Chen.
Yeah,
He didn't even see my awesome double head face.
I saw your double head fake.
I was cowering.
Neck
in the corner.
injury.
I know. Be careful. You really gotta stretch
Oh,
before you
man.
do that.
Are you going to ask me about goodable?
Goodable or frenemies?
Frenemies?
Or,
Yeah, no. I don't think I have any frenemies. I might be other people's frenemies.
that's the question,
Yeah,
right? Like
I
you
would have
you
no
can't
idea.
tell.
Yeah, I have no idea. Because
How about just old school enemies? Just
Old
people you
school
just
enemies.
hate on, or
I have had people I've hated, and there are times I hate people daily, but it's usually anonymously. You know, it's just like I hate that guy in that big car.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't even know who they are, and it's probably some 75-year-old nun who's like super nice, and if I flipped her off, I'd feel really bad about it. You know.
Do you not get a good look at the nun, so you think that she's a guy? Is that what just happened?
Well, it's
there?
just like when I hate someone, I think I usually gender that.
As a guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Even if you haven't seen them.
Yeah,
It's just the
exactly.
butt of the car that makes you
Exactly.
think that's a guy.
Exactly.
And you just hate him because he's going the speed limit. That's all.
well, because he's just driving wrong or something like that, and then because he's probably driving like a nun.
Well,
and I'm like, that's wrong.
I had an instance of something similar fairly recently where I was driving and there was a person who just like pulled out in front of me as I was coming up to a light, and they were coming from a side street. They pulled up in front of me. I was so mad. And first of all, they were in an Audi. No one here drives an Audi, right? Because I've mostly found that most people who drive Audis
Are dicks.
are dicks. And so I ended up having to change the lane, and there was someone there, and they were in front of me, and all I could see was that this person was driving an Audi and had the hugest diamond ring on the wheel. Like I couldn't see who it was, or like
You mean
but
like
I-
a Super Bowl type ring? Or
like
you mean
I mean,
an
it wasn't
engagement
that
ring?
big, but it was gargantuan. And then that just really solidified
Sure.
my hatred of
Hate.
people who drive Audis.
It was probably the Pope.
I mean, he's almost dead, so we should be careful with that.
I meant the other Pope.
Oh,
Yeah, the other Pope.
The dead
Right.
one.
No. The Pope people don't like.
the Pope of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Well, you are a very centered individual compared to me, is what we're learning. I think the bad thing is that now these people are learning my innermost secrets and how to destroy me. Uh-oh. Anyway.
I think they knew already.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Mike. We'll turn away from you and see if I can perform the seldom seen triple head fake and introduce Nick Boyer.
Ooh, well done.
Good evening, everyone.
What you got? Lots of friends, lots of enemies. Any frenemies?
Well, I have a friend in a friend group that I am a part of who I would say pretty regularly pushes my buttons and annoys me and other members of the group by there are two main things. One is no, it's not you. One is if we are like, in a party or out to eat as a group, this person will start telling people what to do.
Oh,
Actually, I can say three things. Second, they will not share their food because they have a dietary limitation and they want all of their food for themselves, so they do not want to share. And then they were also very sensitive about just like a party tone of voice. Like if we're at a restaurant and it gets a little animated, this person will say, "Be quiet, be quiet."
this person
which
sounds like a
says-
real monster, Nick.
Yep. Anyway, but all of those things push my buttons. But this
Yeah.
is a friend, definitely not a frenemy. But
Okay.
that
All right,
person
all right.
sounds quite controlling.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Is she a librarian?
No.
Also,
right.
watch
Watch it, buddy.
Yeah,
watch the stereotypes
all
now
librarians are so controlling.
Yeah.
and have issues with noise. And guess what?
That's right.
Yes, we have an entire class in our master's degree that's all about shushing people. Ha, ha, ha.
But I do have to say that in the monologue, we had the first time we've ever had crosstalk in the monologue, and I was waiting over here afraid
I know, I
that
thought
there
you
was
were
going to
gonna
be a
shut
big
us down.
reaction.
He only
you
shushes
know,
me.
I
He doesn't shush you.
He should.
No. I thought about it, but I'm trying to be less controlling.
Yes! Yay! I love that for you.
I'm trying to be
Queen.
less like again, as frequent listeners know, that this is an homage podcast to one that I've heard that I listened to religiously and ended, and that was something that person did.
She
And-
shush people?
No, well, would dress them down if they spoke when they had not been introduced yet. And so I'm trying to be like.
I don't think you could dress me down more than I am tonight in my sweatshirt dress.
Well,
You could
anyway,
try.
It's technically this is season 2. I'm
Really?
declaring this season 2 because
Oh my God.
this will be the third one that we've recorded actually in 2025, and so I've decided, and I haven't released any yet, but I've decided that I'm going to declare that anything recorded in 2025 will be season
Oh, so
2.
this is episode 3 already.
Yeah.
Can you
Oh.
make like a formal declaration, like I declare?
I declare that this shall be season 2, episode 3.
Huzzah.
So anyway, and yeah, just trying to,
Well, I applaud that. I applaud you trying to grow.
or yeah, just trying.
Did I say that?
Nice try.
In a snooty way.
Watch it, Mike. You might be moving. You might be
God.
might be shifting from the frenemy list over to.
The
Something
shush
worse.
list. The shusher list.
Anyway, all right. Wow, we've already talked for a very long time, but we're gonna have a question anyway. Who wants to give me a number? And there, don't forget our new board that lists all the numbers that have been selected already.
I'd like to choose 85 because it's right between two
all
numbers
right.
that we've already
Oh,
chosen.
then you got to run.
Yeah.
All right. 85. Well,
You
I
screwed
think
up.
I think it might be a reasonably quicker one since we've already had a little
Okay.
bit of a chat.
So is it like 3 plus 3?
Yes.
If you could eat one fruit for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh.
All right, Mike. Mike has Thoughts?
Because I only really like one fruit.
Oh, what is that?
Blueberries.
Really?
Does that count as a fruit?
Yes.
Yeah. Of
course.
I know
Yes.
people like
Yes.
berries are a little bit different.
Right. Well,
But yeah, I've been
Let's not be like those people. We count blueberries as a fruit.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So blueberries.
all right.
I've been chowing on blueberries.
Are you like just handfuls? Do you like blueberry?
I have done handfuls, but
Muffins
I'm trying to
or-
like these days, like lately with this newest blueberry run, because I hadn't been eating fruit for a while, and now I'm like back on fruit, and blueberries are like the thing. I'm trying to keep it to just like grab 2 or at most 3 at a time.
At most,
Blueberries?
3 blueberries.
Well, just like in a handful, because I did used to actually literally take handfuls and go. La, 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 la.
So is this like a budgetary constraint,
No, it's just
or
like-
was it giving you the runs?
No, just I don't want to like. I
But
don't
will
want to be
but,
greedy.
But will that keep you from eating an entire carton? Like,
No.
will you do? So you'll still do like
Yeah.
a lot, but
Yeah.
you'll just do them 3
But
at a time.
daintily.
Oh,
You're so cute, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Why were you not eating fruit, Mike?
Well, I was kind of low carb for a while,
okay.
and then I'm like, that's stupid, and nothing against people who are low
Are
carb.
blueberries
You're
full of
idiots.
carbs?
Well, they're fruit.
They're sweet.
They're
They have a lot
sugars.
of
I mean, I had
sugar.
sugars, but yeah,
That's
I
the
guess
carb.
you're
But
right.
they have,
yeah, yeah.
as fruit go, they supposedly have a lower glycemic index than most fruit.
Yeah. So they could be appropriate for the stupid low carb people.
Yes.
Glycemic index.
That's a good name.
Spoiler alert: we will be glycemic
we
index.
are glycemic index. It's fun to
Got it.
say.
Yeah.
It's got something.
So, and have you always restricted yourself in such a way to blueberries? Like, why? Like,
No.
What is it about other fruit that?
No, I just
you're not
love
interested in?
blueberries. Like one of my best pandemic memories was like I was trying to get myself to go outside, and I kind of started going blueberry picking, on a semi-regular basis, and just like filling up a bucket of fresh off the bush blueberries was like, it was just a really nice antidote to the pandemic. I mean, not a real antidote, but like
Right. Yeah.
an emotional antidote
Okay.
to the
All right.
pandemic was, and I can picture those handfuls of beautiful fresh blueberries that I shoved into my face alone.
Cool. All right. Well, how about other thoughts, Meg?
Watermelon,
Ooh, watermelon.
like good watermelon that's
Yeah.
firm and sweet.
Right.
I could.
What about seedless watermelons?
Yeah, sure. I'll take
Okay.
it as long as it's firm and sweet.
I feel like most seedless watermelons that I've had are not as good, and not as it's not like meaty,
Mushy
like a
and
really
sour.
good watermelon.
Yeah, as long as it's good. I've had seedless watermelons that foot the bill, but by and large, I'm just a regular seeded watermelon kind of lady. But I could literally sit down and eat probably half of a giant watermelon all by myself. So that's why I picked watermelon, because
Yeah.
it's the fruit that just
I like watermelon
keeps on
too.
giving.
Yeah.
Do you like watermelon flavor?
Nope,
Things.
don't like it. It's gross.
Yeah,
Does not taste like watermelon.
That's like Jolly Rancher watermelon is the worst Jolly Rancher.
That's pretty
I
good.
believe
Disgusting.
that, but
I have a
like
nostalgic
watermelon.
connection to.
I don't like almost any artificial fruit flavors, quite honestly. They're all kind of gross. But the worst, banana.
Oh,
Banana is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Banana jelly beans.
Oh, sick.
That's just weird. Like, why? Like, it's bad enough eating a regular banana. Why would you want to have some artificial?
I do like the surprise of eating those like weird jelly beans when you don't know what they're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
taste
that's
like,
fun, yeah.
And then you put one in your mouth and it is gross.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
horrible.
kind of fun.
I like those surprises. I like those surprises too, Mike. Even if it tastes like
Oatmeal.
boogers. I don't care.
But no, that you know about the ones that are like vomit and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Because
Bring it.
Earwax.
Awful.
And,
Earwax.
yeah.
I haven't
they really do taste like the things.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about a fucked up job? Like, can you imagine the jelly bean taste tester? It's not quite, the
Vomitous
damp
enough.
socks flavor. So I don't know what
It's
we
not like
need to
my
add.
vomit.
But
It might be like someone else's vomit. It's not like mine.
Do you want it to smell like my BO or somebody else's BO?
right?
Yeah.
Any nostalgic reminiscence about watermelon in your past?
Well, I guess just summer.
Yeah.
Just it's
It's
the
a-
fruit of summer, and it's at every
Summertime.
picnic, and it's at the pool, and
Yeah.
so it's also, besides just being absolutely delicious, and you can eat a ton of it because it's mostly water. It also brings up good memories and good
Yeah.
times. Yeah, it's the perfect fruit.
Spitting
All of your
seeds.
all of
Yeah.
your answers are trash.
Garbage.
Or trash compared to that.
Yeah.
Go on, Nick.
Yeah, Nick, what do you got?
Top
You
of that.
Well,
fruit eater?
I'll start by saying I don't really have a strong answer to this question. Like, you know, I don't really care. I think I'm gonna say apples, just because there's a whole lot of variety in there, and
Do you have a favorite apple?
Most of which are bad.
I like Gold Rush when they're
Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Also a good name for a group.
Oh,
Gold Rush.
yeah.
Oh, that is a good name.
it is a good name.
Thank you.
Gold Rush.
That is actually a great name for it. To the listener, we're talking about naming our new improv troupe. That's
Yeah.
but I will say that the sentimental fruit memory is picking blackberries with my son on the roadside bushes. So maybe I'll
So
throw
wild blackberry.
wild blackberries. Yep.
That's nice.
Yep.
On the side of the highway, Route
right.
34.
Or on Calkins Road, dead end road in Ithaca.
Yeah, wild blackberries or black raspberries also are fun.
Yeah.
You know,
We have them all over my yard.
the black raspberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Me
so
too.
good.
Yeah, it's nice.
How about you, Senor?
Probably oranges. I'm a big fan of a good orange. The problem for a long time is I've not been able to find good oranges. Like a lot of times when you actually do the peeling and then you put it in your, like there's like one end that has the
navel.
yeah, and then it'll just like apparently dry up from that end, and it'll just be like hard and chewy and without the juice.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I've recently been finding that there are some fairly decent ones now.
The sumos right now are out of control. Have
Really?
you tried the sumos?
I have not tried the
Holy
sumos.
moly, they're so good.
All right.
And I'm not even an orange person.
Are they really
I-
big? I've never had these.
Oh, they're big, but they have a weird like a nub at the
Right.
top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a Tangelo kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, I just haven't had that variety.
The navel oranges are quite good right now.
Na-
I mean,
navel-
all the
navels
oranges
are
are
good.
Yeah.
And there's a specific like skill in choosing good oranges. Like
You're
there's
correct.
a ratio between the thickness of the skin and the squeeziness of the orange itself, and it really takes an expert to find one that I am a big fan of, and so that is why I now have to go to the go to the grocery every
Are
week.
you such an expert? Like, are you able to
I've
mostly
I've
pick-
been pretty consistent, and we shall say that that others in this household who are sometimes my proxy for picking oranges
Shade.
Frenemy.
Shade. You know
isn't
that
always as consistent.
Orange proxy.
orange proxy. That's a
Fruit
great
salad.
name.
Fruit salad.
I like Gold Rush.
What
Gold Rush is good.
Those are all good action movie
Yeah.
names, by the way.
they are. So, do you have any particular memories around oranges?
I don't. We didn't actually eat many of them growing up. Like this was something I discovered after I was on my own.
It's a mature fruit.
It is a very mature fruit. Yeah, I don't. We didn't drink orange. Like we didn't drink orange juice. We didn't get any of that stuff. Like
And then
I
you
don't
went
know.
crazy. It's like Footloose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah. And the town I grew up in actually
oranges.
banned oranges.
Fruit Loose. Fruit Loose.
Oh, we finally really found
Oh my
the
God.
name.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the Footloose song. The Fruit Loose song.
All right. Well, I think that
That's about all we
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
write in and tell us what your favorite fruit is, or what your suggestion for an improv team name would be. Except that it should
beans.
just everyone say either spoiler alert or Gold Rush, because I think those are really good.
I do too.
Gold Rush.
All right. Well, we will take a short break, and when we come back, we will tell a little story. It's maybe some of this fruit related, frenemy related.
Don't make anything about fruit.
We'll make it into the story, and maybe not. I think we're around 50-50. All right. So all of that and nothing else when Impetuosity returns.
Have you been looking for a mature fruit? Try Sumo oranges, the only orange that comes in its own diaper.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
I was thinking that we might try some Sumo oranges. Would that be okay with you?
No. I'm strictly interested in mature fruits.
Well, have I got good news for you then? I brought home some Sumo oranges.
I am Sumo Orange.
And their mascot, the large diapered man you see here, is the mascot for Sumo Oranges.
I am an orange in a diaper representing Sumo Oranges.
You don't seem very mature to me.
I have 3 degrees, and I have been in a long-term relationship for 25 years.
See, Bob? I mean, you could take some lessons from the Sumo Orange here.
Have you done any long-term psychotherapy?
I've seen my therapist for 14 years, and he says I'm so healthy that he gets advice from me.
Bob?
Let me try one of these Sumo oranges.
All right.
What do you think of that?
Wow, look at the juices just dripping off of your chin.
That is a remarkably mature fruit. Let's get a dozen.
Oh, Bob, I love you.
I love you too, honey.
Sumo oranges, mature fruit for discerning tastes.
Welcome back. All right, thank you so much for rejoining us and listening to our advertisement. We hope that you patronize our sponsor so that we can continue to take daily dips into our tower of gold coins, much like Scrooge McDuck used to.
Yes.
So rich.
Yes, and that is what podcasts are all about: is getting rich based on all these sponsorship opportunities. So, and the little bit of that filters down to you guys. You guys got shirts out of it.
Yeah, shirts and free water
Yeah.
like every
Gold
single
shirts.
time. So, cha-ching.
Gold water.
Gold water. Oh, you're wearing your shirt.
Nick is bearing his chest
I'm
to
wearing
us.
my Impetuosity t-shirt,
Your swag.
which for the fans out there, they are available.
They are
limited,
available.
limited edition.
I went and made a new batch this past weekend.
I had no idea.
Yes. So yes, we're going to tell a little story, but in order to tell our story, we use some sound effects. Well, we use some formal sound effects. We also create sound effects on the fly, but we use these sound effects to move us about in time and space. If we have to go into the past for any reason, we will use this sound effect. And bang, we're back in the past. We're learning how something came to be. We are discovering the history of something. We are talking to dinosaurs. Who knows? But we can't stay in the past forever, so we then sometimes also either return from the past or go into the future, in which case you'll hear this sound effect. And look at this. We're now in the far-flung future. If we had gone back to the dinosaurs, maybe we're just coming back to where we are right now. However, not only will sound effects move us in time, but also in space. So if we want to remain in the same time period that we're in, but move to a different location, we'll use this meanwhile sound effect. Whoosh, now we're over there. And Nick wants to hit it again to whoosh, we're back where we started. All right. Or in a third location, perhaps. Maybe a third place.
Oh, now I'm getting whiplash.
All right. With that, we have, we need a location for our improv. So we have asked for a number from our frenemies here.
I have chosen 30.
30. Number 30.
Ew, what's wrong with you?
Number 30 is the Vent Haven Ventriloquist Museum. Vent Haven
Oh my God.
Ventriloquist Museum.
That's so specific.
We take you now to the Vent Haven Ventriloquist Museum.
Carol, you said you would cover my shift last week, but you didn't show.
Oh, Tom, I'm so sorry. I wasn't feeling very well, and I got a visit from a girl I haven't seen since high school.
Oh, well, so you just weren't feeling well enough to come, but you were feeling well enough to have a visit with an old friend?
No, you misunderstand me. I can see how that was confusing. I saw her the day before, and it was so disturbing that I just couldn't get out of bed the next day.
Tom, Gwendolyn, it's me, Mr. McGillicuddy, your manager. What are you doing talking when there are puppets to be dusted?
Oh, you're right, Mr. McGillicuddy. I am just not myself this week.
I'm sorry, sir. I was just trying to clarify with Gwendolyn Carroll the issue about her missing my shift last week when she clearly agreed to it.
Well, that was not a very kind thing to do, and the museum was left unattended for quite some time. We don't know how many people might have wanted to come see our many marionettes and puppets and other types of those things, and but they were waiting at the door.
Oh, I would have just left the door open. I mean, these things just really speak for themselves.
Well, I don't think that would be a good idea, because...
Allison, this is the most amazing dummy I have ever seen.
He looks so lifelike. It's almost like he's gonna just start talking and speaking to us.
Because we're worried that the puppets will come to life and leave on their own.
I mean, I'm just so taken with him.
Hello. Are you looking at me?
Yes.
Welcome to the museum. My name is Theodore.
Yes, welcome to the museum.
Where are your human operators?
You are my human operator right now because you and I are speaking. What is your name?
Yes, we do not need human operators anymore.
Allison, I think we maybe should go. This is a little bit freaky.
I'm fascinated by these two puppets. You said your name was Theodore? That's right. It's Theodore. And what is your name? This little one with the weird spots on its face?
My name is Dolly Wadala.
Dolly Wadala.
Dolly Wadala.
Oh.
Allison, you look very beautiful. I wish you'd come play with me.
Oh, Dolly Wadala likes me.
Anyway, Carol, I was kind of wondering maybe if you might be available to sub for my shift on Friday.
Oh, gosh. I mean, take.
Well, I mean, you agreed and then you blew it off. So I kind of feel like you owe me a shift.
I guess you're right.
But excuse me, whatever happened to those two young teenagers that we let in here about half an hour ago? Has anyone seen or heard from them recently?
Mr. McGillicuddy, we're just dusting these props here. We don't know where the
Props? Why, how dare you call them props? These are fine works of art that have entertained people for decades, perhaps centuries. We don't know the provenance of most of our marionettes, puppets, dummies, and other items.
Oh, Mr. McGillicuddy, you are preaching to the choir. Why do you think we work here? We respect all of these important artifacts. I'll go looking for the girls. I can't hear you pontificate about what we are here to protect
But
anymore.
Sir, why are you wanting us to track down those teenage girls? They're just here in the museum.
Because, as I iterated recently, I'm worried that they will be coming to life. There was a time when I was first starting the museum that this happened. Well, I think it's close to opening day, Theodora, and I hope that you will not abandon your post, because we need to make sure that the crowds come in, and we gotta make lots of money off of this. It took me lots of money to get all of these puppets together.
Absolutely. Mr. McGillicuddy, this is going to be the most profitable marionette and puppet museum that the industry has ever seen. And I will be right here at the front door to greet everyone with a happy smile.
I never saw her again after that. I have to assume that the puppets came to life and did something nefarious.
You mean that there's a danger here, sir?
I mean, I don't think that you're picking up what I'm putting down.
You say your name is Theodora.
It is. Hello.
Mine is Theodore.
Wow, what a coincidence. And,
Hello, Theodora. I'm Dolly Wadala.
wow.
Won't you come play with us?
Well,
Forever?
wow, that seems like a big commitment, but you know what? I've got nothing better to do.
Yay.
He's really creeping me out, Carol. I mean, we've been working here. I've been working here for 2 years. You've been here for what? 3?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here a really long time.
This is the first that we're hearing about, like,
Puppets
coming to life and other stuff. I mean, he's in a weird mood.
Yeah, something's going on with him today. I'm not really sure.
Well,
I don't appreciate it when you talk about me when I'm right here. At least let me go behind this curtain.
Wow, Mr. McGillicuddy
He's-
is a creep.
he's really riding us hard. I mean, it's almost like, I don't know. Is he possessed with some energy, or he's like, I don't know. He's acting weird today.
I agree. It's almost like he's a different guy today.
You know, this could maybe be like a mystery that we figure out.
Yeah.
Like, what's happened to Mr. McGillicuddy?
What has
and
happened?
why is he acting so invasive and domineering?
Yeah, he's usually at least a little more easygoing than this.
You know, I saw on his desk some blueberries.
He never eats fruit.
He never eats fruit. He's on a low-carb diet.
I know. He's very dedicated to it.
I mean, what a stupid concept that is.
So idiotic. Who lives a life without fruit?
Dolly, have you ever eaten a blueberry?
No, I haven't.
Here, they're right here on Mr. McGillicuddy's desk where we are at this moment looking through all of his things. I think that you should try this blueberry.
Oh, let me reach out my arms and take it. It's almost the size of my head. Oh,
Just take a bite.
ah,
What do you taste, Dolly?
I taste sweetness and juice.
That's very good.
I do
That's
not like
very
it.
Good.
I like it better
Now-
when we
now-
kill the people and
Yes.
eat their blood.
Yes, you see this little device here? This is called a letter opener.
Ah,
I want you to put that inside your dress.
okay.
And we'll go back to the display.
Allison, I really think it's a bad idea for us to go into the secret room where they're asking us to go.
I thought that one puppet, he reminded me of someone, the one named Theodore. I felt like I had some kind of a connection with him. Did you feel that when we were talking?
No, what are you talking about? What kind of connection did you have with a mannequin?
Hi, girls. My name is Cleo the Clown.
Oh,
Another one?
clown puppets are so calming and make me feel just like normal.
I know. Everybody loves clown puppets. I'm here to warn you. You can't trust Molly and Theodore. They are dangerous puppets. I'm going to run back to my display before they hear me talking to you, but beware.
Carol, I think we should stake out Mr. McGillicuddy's office and just see, is it the blueberries that are causing him to become extremely domineering, or is there something else going on?
Yeah, all right. That makes me feel very uncomfortable, but I'll do it.
Okay, well, how about I go on the first shift?
Oh, yeah, somebody has to be out here to dust the artifacts.
But do you think you could cover my shift?
Where did those kids get to? Oh, hey, You? What? Yeah, I know you've been here 3 years, but I forgot your name.
Oh, it's Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn,
Carol,
right.
sir. I go by either Gwendolyn or Carol.
Well, Gwendolyn Carol. Or is it Gwendolyn Carol or Carol Gwendolyn?
Whatever.
Okay, well, I'm just going to call you CG. How's that?
That's
Carol
fine, sir.
Gwendolyn. Well, CG, what happened to Tom?
Tom's taking a break. I said I'd cover for him.
Okay, well, let me just give you a little insight here.
Oh,
It's-
great.
This is the 3rd full moon after the harvest summer, and that is when all of the puppets come to life.
Oh, we were wondering why we hadn't heard about this before.
And it's also almost Friday the 13th, and that is when they become murderous. It's totally fine every other time that they come to life. Oh,
I got a delivery of blueberries here for McGillicuddy.
yeah, that's me. How about you carry them into my office, please?
All right, I got 3 cases of blueberries here. Just put them on the desk.
Thank you.
Mr. McGillicuddy, I just had a few things I wanted you to see out on the floor before you go back in there. It's interesting that you're getting more blueberries delivered.
Well, it's little known fact, but the magic spell that takes away the puppets' lives requires me to stir a large vat of blueberries.
Allison, if you are really convinced that we should go into this secret room, I'm willing to do it because we're 16 and life is ready for adventure. And even though I'm scared, I love you.
Well, Sally, I just felt this really strange connection with that one poet. I said poet, didn't I? It's almost as if he was speaking to my soul like a poet.
Oh
even
my
though he's a
God.
puppet.
Don't go!
Oh, it's that clown puppet again. Oh, what clown puppet? Could come talk to us? Like, tell us what are you trying to warn us about?
I'm afraid. Don't go. They're dangerous. They're dangerous puppets.
It's so strange that clown puppet is so terrifying, but yet it's warning us of
We
something.
have to listen to the clown puppet.
You think?
Theodore, why have our friends not joined us in this secret room yet?
Eat another blueberry,
Ah,
Dolly.
yummy.
Yes, and I've
I have this letter opener all ready for
Yes,
when
yes,
our
but just-
friends come to join
But
us.
I see. I just have brought the clown puppet with me, and hello, clown.
Hi.
Dolly, hold the letter opener on our clown
Ah.
friend.
Oh, no,
Yes.
I'm no trouble. I'm a
Now,
friend.
clown, you know that we puppets must stick together.
I
We-
know, Theodore. I respect
Yes,
you.
now eat this blueberry.
No, don't make me eat the
Eat
blueberry,
the
Theodore. Don't make
blueberry.
me.
Eat the blueberry.
Carol, I was in his office and I saw that those blueberries are going into a cauldron that is cooking on a back stove.
Yeah, he was saying something about that, and I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm Southern. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm sorry. I'm just not feeling well today. Yeah, our boss was saying something about a spell or he was saying he had to make some sort of a stew with the blueberries to break the spell of these murderous puppets. It's a thing, apparently. It has to do with full moons and Friday the 13th.
So he's protecting himself from these puppets by eating this blueberry potion.
I
And
think-
that
I
is
think-
making him so domineering and invasive.
It's an interesting word, invasive, but yes, I believe you're right. I think you've cracked the case.
Well, I mean,
Hey, it's me, Mr. McGillicuddy. I
hello, sir.
hope I'm not invading anything here.
No, sir. We were just talking about these.
This southern thing seems to be going around. I don't know what happened.
But, sir, as employees of this museum, in order for us to be safe, should we be having some of the blueberry potion that we saw brewing in your back office?
Yeah, it seems really uncool.
You saw that?
Yes.
Yeah. We
And
saw
it
it.
seems really uncool that you're not sharing it with us.
I wanted to protect you, but
No, you didn't.
I mean, I'm being pretty invasive right now, so I will say that I've never cared for you, CG or Tom. Like, I know that you've been helping me keep the place open, but
You barely pay us anything.
What? So you want to sacrifice us to the mannequins coming alive? Is that what you're saying?
well,
I mean, I'm not going to get killed by a mannequin. I'd rather quit. So I think it's either give me the blueberry syrup or
we're
good night.
quitting. And
I
then what are you
guess
gonna do?
I guess I have no choice. I can't lose another employee like that one that I lost on the very first day that I was here. Oh, are you still here? I thought I'd lost you.
You know, sir, I had such an interesting encounter with a couple of those those poets. I almost said, "What is happening?" A couple of those puppets. They lured me into a back room. They were talking. They came to life.
Did you say poets?
I did.
Oh, God, that's the puppets. When the puppets recite poetry, that's the only thing that they can do to counter the potion. So many poem words being bandied about. I almost forgot that.
They nearly took my life, but I couldn't resist them. There's just something so captivating about.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back to the front of the house, and hopefully we'll see you up there shortly.
Okay.
And sorry, that was actually the last time I ever saw that employee. I thought it was the time before, but
That definitely creeps me out, sir.
well, let's.
Yeah, I'm not sure even about this blueberry potion thing. That seems.
I mean, maybe we should just get out of here.
I think maybe we can
Sir,
do better
But
elsewhere.
we can't abandon those two young teens.
I heard the Liberace Museum is hiring.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, sir, but
All right.
we're quitting.
Yeah.
CG, Tom, I didn't want to say this, but I'll pay you. I'll pay you better. How about $4 an hour?
It's not about the money, sir. It's just there's this creepy vibe going, and
All
we
right.
just don't feel safe.
It
so
could be about the money for me, sir. But $4 is still not enough.
Well, unfortunately, the $4 is all we took in all of last year, so I don't think I'm going to be able to pay you. Go ahead and get out of here. I'll save the girls myself.
Allison, I think this is a crazy idea to be hiding in this stairway until the museum closes so we can see if they really come to life more than they already have.
But don't you feel that special something? It's a feeling almost as if I want to say it's time for me to say something in rhyme. It seems as if the slime on the lime is sublime.
Allison,
Do you get what I'm
you're
saying?
rhyming.
I know. I don't know where it's coming. Oh! It's that weird one with the little head. What was your name again?
My name is Dali Wadala.
And hello, girls. It's Theodore again.
Theodore?
Along with.
Hi, girls. Yeah, they got me too.
Would you girls like some blueberries?
Don't eat them, girls.
I think you should eat them.
I think I'd rather not, thanks. And Allison, I think maybe we need to go talk in the restroom right now.
But blueberries are real raries. Okay, I'll go with you, Sally.
Listen, if we don't listen to this crazy clown and not eat the blueberries and get it, I mean, I feel like you're getting sucked in by some hypnotic suggestion from Theodore and the Wally Wadali.
Oh, it's so strange. I don't feel like rhyming anymore. I don't know. Oh, thanks for taking me into the bathroom. It's the strangest feeling and this hunger for blueberries. Sally, what's happening? Who was that?
Yes?
Girls, it's me, Mr. McGillicuddy. Can I come in?
Who are you? This is the women's room.
I'm the owner of the museum, and I, as you can see by
We're busy
this
in here.
large pot that I'm carrying with me, have some blueberry
he just
stew
opened the
for
door
you.
and he came in here with this giant pot.
I've got to get you to eat this blueberry stew so you can break the spell.
What the hell are you talking about? We're just having a quiet moment in the women's room, and
Yeah.
you come in here with a bucket full of blueberry soup?
Who makes blueberry soup? That's insane.
I didn't want to say this.
Ooh,
What the heck is that?
The ghost of your first employee.
See, that's why you
shit.
gotta listen to me.
This girl's bathroom is insane, Sally.
The puppets are murderous. Escape while you still can.
Holy heck.
We have to get out of here right now.
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Let's go.
Go for it. I've got to stay behind and finish this, one way or another. Theodore, what happened to our victims?
I believe they went to the girl's bathroom, so we'll just wait until they come back. Here, have another blueberry.
That is delicious.
And you, clown, eat the blueberries.
Ah.
Eat them. And here's a letter opener for you, clown. And Dolly, you have yours. And I have this stapler. And we'll
Remember,
just kind of
Theodore, if we want to break the spell, we have to be doing some rhyming, make some poetry. That's the only way to break the spell.
Spell, hell, it's all
Oh, no,
very
you
well
don't.
And good. Oh, look.
It's me, Mr. McGillicuddy.
letter openers.
God!
Letter openers.
I know I've seen all of you since I went around all of the globe picking you up and buying you and bringing you to this museum.
Take
and
this,
I know the
McGillicuddy.
only...
Here's this stapler.
I'm eating the stew because that breaks the spell.
Duck, Mr. McGillicuddy. They're crazy.
All right, well, let's get all those puppets together. All right, everybody, get your letter openers out. Get that guy.
Okay, I'm gonna kill him.
Go get him.
Oh,
Eat
Oh
these
no,
blueberries.
I can't. I'm being overwhelmed. Oh no.
Wait a minute. He smells like blueberries.
No.
Oh, dang it.
no. You can't get around that blueberry elixir.
Jesus.
We'll just stuff him into the corner there while we...
I can't touch this guy. He reeks.
Okay. Well, come on, puppets. Let's go.
Mr. McGillicuddy,
Yes.
run.
Well, I can't believe that I'm doing this. But you know what? I also brought a length of string, and I'm tying some to my wrists, and I've decided that instead of trying to go against you, I'm going to join you.
Oh, Mr. McGillicuddy.
I can't. My life's dream was having this Ventriloquist Museum in Vent Haven, Connecticut.
You are not welcome among us. You reek of blueberries. You're completely destroying our magic, and we want you to just get out of here.
Yes, and Mr. McGillicuddy, I think I like your proposal here, but you are going to have to get rid of that stew.
All right. Well, I got one other option to bring this to a close. You guys stay here. I'm going to go out front real quick. Well, Mr. Firefighter, I don't know how it started. It just, it went up. I will say that, the marionettes were made of wood. The puppets were made of stuffing, and no wonder it just went up so quickly, and everything just burned right down to the ground.
Yep, seems like a pretty cut and dry case to me.
I'm really sorry for your loss, but at least it was a limited fire that we were able to put out. But yeah, everything has been destroyed.
I'm the insurance inspector.
Can you cut me a check?
Well, first I smell blueberries.
Well, I can explain that too.
Please do.
Sir, are you okay? We were just walking by, Carol and I, and we saw the whole museum was burned down.
Right, and you haven't been here for days, so you can't talk to that insurance inspector about anything. That would be great.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
We're just glad that you're okay, sir.
We're
and
glad.
And I'm going to take the insurance money, and I'm going to open a new museum.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm going to hire you, and I will pay you.
What kind of museum will it be, sir?
You know what? It's going to be a fruit museum.
Cool. Will you have watermelon? That's my favorite.
As far as the eye can see.
are we hired?
You're hired.
Hey, Carol, do you think you could take my first shift?
And it all happened in Impetuosity.
Yay!
So, killing of people, not good, but
Don't kill
burning
people.
to
we've
cinders the
We didn't
the
kill
puppets.
anybody.
Yeah.
Well, we killed the
We
puppets.
threatened to.
Yes.
The first first employee was killed, but she came back as a ghost.
But we didn't
Right.
actually have her killed on the podcast.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we succeeded in that one.
Oh yeah, but there was kind of a massive immolation of puppets. I didn't think of that.
And it was in the horror genre.
It was
Yeah.
in the horror genre.
Yes.
Which is good since this is our Halloween show.
That's right.
I really like that the clown puppet ended up being not
The good
evil.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the good
Yeah.
guy.
Yes.
Because the clown puppet's always evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we should. Well, yeah, we should.
And the girls, they just ran off and we never saw them again.
Right.
So
ran
they're
off.
safe wherever
They're
they
safe.
are. We
Yep.
didn't hear
Yep.
from them at the end. I was thinking, should they come back to just establish that they're safe and
Oh,
it's
they
a
should have
happy
been
ending?
the insurance inspectors.
Maybe.
Yeah, we had a lot of people just sort of like, all right, I'm out of here. Carol, Gwendolyn, and Tom, 2 people.
The girls escaped.
And then
Yep.
the other, you stayed to the bitter end. We couldn't get rid of you.
yeah.
But then the original employee just dies, and she haunts the bathroom, which is very
Yep.
Harry Potter.
And
Yeah,
you were,
exactly.
Mr. McGillicuddy, you were really ready to sell your soul and become evil. And it was only because you were rejected because you smelled like blueberries that
Yep.
you decided to just burn the
Place
house
down for the
down.
insurance
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about your fruit museum. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna
I wish
be
I
great.
had. I wish I had come up with something more, like, adjacent.
But it was on theme.
Yeah, yeah.
Fruit doesn't keep that well, so I'm just saying for a museum, it's
That's why it was a funny idea.
It's going to be a pop-up museum.
It's tricky. It's a tricky proposition.
Yeah.
Dried fruit.
Dried fruit. Yeah,
yeah.
Or you can varnish it. You can varnish the fruit.
Varnish it.
Although watermelon and varnish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other comments?
Well, I did really want to have a scene between Theodore and was it Allison?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to have like a really long
with the two-
romantic scene
Of you
With
playing
rhyming.
two of
both
them.
parts.
With the two of them
Yeah, well,
rhyming.
the rhyming was a very bad idea on my part because like improving rhyme is incredibly difficult, and so I'm sure it's not difficult for some people, but for me it is. But yeah, I wanted to have like a 20-minute scene with just the two of them.
And
But
you could have done it because you were both characters.
Right.
So you,
That's what
you
I'm
could
saying.
have just
I didn't manage to do that. I would have had to take the box and just kind of keep it.
Other thoughts?
So that was a missed opportunity.
Even though there was some weirdness in the supernatural element, it was fairly straight dramatic horror genre stuff. We weren't being too weird. Our games were pretty I don't know,
dry.
in normal range.
Yeah, we were hitting some tropes.
Yep.
I think, which is always a good thing of like the horror genre.
Yeah.
So, a great shortcut for building story. Just relying on those things. So,
There's no better place for something in the horror genre than a puppet museum. Really.
That was such a specific location. I mean, that's an actual real place. I'm guessing it has to be.
Has
right?
to be.
Has to be.
I would assume
What is
so.
it
but
like Vince Vaughn's
Vent Haven.
Vesthaven?
I want to say the Vent Haven is probably a place. I don't know
Vent
that-
Haven?
Vent
Yeah.
Haven.
I gotta go check that out. That wouldn't creep me out at all to go see a ventriloquist museum.
What was it called again? I think we butchered that a few times. It was called the Vent Haven.
Ventriloquist Museum. Oh no, it is an actual place. You want to see some
No,
horror?
no.
Listeners, please adjust to the visual here so you
I-
can
I
see
love
some
Well,
of
that.
these
I
this
love
would be a
that-
great thing to post for this episode.
Ooh, my God. Creepy.
Apparently,
Creepy.
Vent Haven is in Kentucky.
Creepy.
I love that they became puppets,
Ugh.
ventriloquist dummies. Then they were mannequins at one point. Like we used every euphemism. Or
Well,
not
ventriloquism,
Yeah.
yeah. Is puppets.
It is. It is. But
you know,
it's
like-
but we,
And an
not
ancient
necessarily
art form.
Yeah. So
they also became mannequins at some point. Which
a mannequin.
They called them mannequins
Oh.
at one point. I was like,
Yeah, mannequins came in. That's
Yeah.
right. That's a whole nother genre of,
Yeah.
of a horror movie.
Yeah.
and I was clearly doing a marionette,
Yeah,
which
right.
is
Yeah.
not a
That'll have to be on the YouTube.
Well, it's a contemporary museum. It's
Right,
open to
exactly.
Open to
many,
interpretation.
many
Oh, right, and you tied
styles.
strings on yourself like a marionette.
Yep,
Right,
yep.
yeah.
We're crossing genres here.
Yeah, and I felt like you were a ventriloquist dummy. Theodore was, but I felt like Molly Dolly or whatever
Dolly.
was not. I
No,
felt like
I
she
felt
was.
she was like a finger puppet.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
finger puppet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying.
Her head
And
was
it's
the size of a blueberry.
I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
that
why
is the
like-
smallest puppet.
Mike picked up on it, and then he
When
had
you said that.
had Dolly put the letter opener in her dress.
In her dress.
Oh, I had no idea.
It was
I
like
had
letter
no
opener's
idea
this
what was
size,
going
about the same size.
I was
as
picturing this
Dolly.
like regular sized doll with this
Tiny head.
tiny,
Oh,
tiny
Madam. I love Madam. She was amazing. She was like a comedian in the 70s, that Madam puppet. She was a big queen. She was fabulous.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Now
there.
I'm just
Now we might
remembering.
have to take
A trip.
a field trip.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that movie from the 70s? It was like Anthony Hopkins played a ventriloquist, and there was this really creepy commercial. Like, you guys are all old enough to remember this
I
commercial.
don't remember it.
But there was like this really creepy commercial of just the ventriloquist dummy and his head turning around. And it's like, hocus pocus, you're dead.
Oh.
Well,
I've seen a lot of like Twilight Zone and Amazing Stories and things like that
ventriloquist
have
dummies?
the dummies come to life.
Well, you know, Candace Bergen, you know who that is? She's the daughter of
Of Edgar Bergen or Ed.
no, of the
Edward?
of a very famous
Right.
ventriloquist.
Wasn't he the guy with Charlie?
Yes, with
Yes.
Charlie.
Yeah, I
But
thought it was
his name
Edgar Bergen.
Edgar Bergen.
Edgar Bergen.
And there's
Charlie, I
great
think.
pictures of her. She's like standing at the top of the stairs with like a plate of cookies or something, looking really like bored and annoyed. And Charlie the puppet is
Yikes.
like peeking out around the staircase. And I'm like, ah, it's so. I mean, could you imagine growing up with a dad as a ventriloquist?
Yikes.
No.
That dummy being around all the time. That freaks me out.
Yeah.
More than that.
I think we did well with negotiating the tension between horror and comedy, because
Yeah,
it's a very, I mean, and of course contemporary horror is really going there. There's a lot of horror comedy these days, which was never the case back in the day.
Yeah.
Haramedy.
Comedy.
Dramedy, like fremedy. I mean,
All right.
Frenemy.
We should
All
wrap this up.
right.
We're
More.
getting anything that we need to promote. Oh,
we have a show.
Wait,
But it won't be out in time.
Everyone, wait. Come see at our show in April. I think it's
First
April.
Tuesday
of
of every
Tuesday.
month.
First Tuesday of
Every
every
month.
month at Liquid State. And
At
I left
7
that
p.m.
I left that little space in there because then now I can come in and dub in whatever
Yeah.
Our name.
whatever the name is.
Yes.
Gold Rush.
I like
Spoiler
Spoiler alert.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Potluck.
Blueberry.
Blueberry, scary. What? I'm going to go back and
The,
see.
the
What,
Comedy.
lime and the slime.
The lime and the coconut.
Mix it all up.
that's right.
And on that note,